Hi Jonathan, lovely to meet up with you once again and do some work on your game. Just a quick recap on the key points that we covered. Obviously initially we worked a lot on the down the line footage, and we were seeing that the hands were elevating too quickly onto the elbow plane line as opposed to tracing the hand plane line from P1 to P2, maybe P2.5. So by the time the shaft was parallel with the ground, the hands had come out and up too much. As a result, midway back, the arms were not in sufficiently, and that lifting continued to the top of the backswing, where we can see the arms start to lift off the torso. When this is done, it makes low point control somewhat chaotic and also encourages the arms to be out too much and the club to be out in front of the hands way too much at delivery to do anything other than swipe across the golf ball. So from there we're going to run the risk of pulling the ball, cutting the ball, in an attempt to prevent that becoming excessive. You can see that the hips and the right leg are starting to extend a little bit excessively. Right heel popping up in the air. And basically the exit from there is going to be very, very low. Again, suitable for cuts and pulls, but not much else. To get this a little bit more predictable, what we prescribed was to continue to work the arms in more. And you can see as the arms work in more, we're trying to match the left arm, we're trying to match the left arm here with the shaft that's angled in about 40 degrees on the floor. As the left arm works in more, the hands are tracing the lower plane line for longer. We've also got a glove squeezed under the right arm to prevent any lifting to the top. So we can see now as we get to the top, the arms are angled in much more at the midway point as per the images I emailed across. Much less lifting to the top of the backswing. So you can see there at the top, we're in a much less lifted and above plane position. From there, we can make the same move as we've always made, but then the arm is angled in more and the club is in behind the hands at delivery, rather than the arms getting pulled out. So the outward movement of the arms in the transition is not the problem. The issue is that the arms have not come in sufficiently enough in the early part of the swing. From there, we can swing down and through and hit out at the ball for longer, resulting in an higher exit, more conducive to inline shots, or maybe with a slight draw bias. So working the arms in more was the key piece, along with squeezing the glove beneath the right arm to keep the arms attached to the torso. The thing we discussed then was the odd one going left on us, and the reason for that, whenever we swing like we were swinging at the start, where we're out to in, we're going to impart left to right spin on the golf ball. So if we're going to curve the ball to the right, the thing we need to make sure is that the ball starts to the left. And you can see there on this particular shot, this was left going left. We just closed the club face down too fast. So the goal, the cane was out in front of us where the red line is, and the goal was to hit it slightly right of the cane. And you can see the starting direction is certainly not to the right, it's more to the left. And the reason being was the club face was too close at impact. So we just had to calm down the release of the golf club. So it's arms in, no release. So we're trying to present the club face slightly open at impact, which would start the ball slightly to the right of the cane rather than to the left of the cane. So good luck with it, and look forward to seeing you again in our next session in a few days' time. Well done.